Donald Trump, you know that guy, right? Donald Trump is determined to fill his cabinet with not just clowns, demented sewer clowns.
The report has they have no jurisdiction in releasing anything. Period. So if nobody here is willing to say it, I said, I'll come and say it. Sorry.
In the next few minutes, we're gonna take you on a journey through the wildest Trump conspiracy yet. We'll show you the exact moment this theory went viral, the evidence that had people losing their minds, and the hilarious debunking that followed. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video, but that's not all. We'll also give you a crash course in spotting fake news, so next time your uncle shares a post about lizard people in the government, you'll be ready. Get ready for a Trump-tastic ride. Picture this. Trump strolls into SpaceX, but something's off. Is that really the Donald, or did someone swap in a lookalike when we weren't looking? That's exactly what the internet started wondering when photos of Trump's visit hit social media.
This Gates situation is a setback for Trump, but it'll all be forgotten as soon as he nominates new Surgeon General Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable for.
Just for clarification, who's that to?
It's the
government, Keir Starmer?
It's to a number of people.
Yeah.
It all kicked off when people got a load of Trump looking a bit different. His hair seemed off, his face looked weird, and suddenly everyone became amateur detectives. The conspiracy crowd went nuts, pointing out every little detail that seemed unusual. Look at his chin, that's not Trump's chin, they cried. It was like a game of presidential Where's Waldo, but instead of finding the real Trump, people were convinced they'd spotted a fake. Now, we all know how the internet loves a good conspiracy theory. Once this idea took off, there was no stopping it.
Into the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition, which is true. President-elect Trump should not be distracted from his critical work of creating other distractions all the time.
We've been ripped off by China. We've been ripped off by Vietnam. We've been ripped off by the European Union. We've been ripped off by NATO. And I'm telling you, that's not going to happen under Donald Trump. I mean,
people started digging up old photos, comparing Trump's ears like they were studying for a bizarre anatomy exam. It's amazing how confirmation bias works. Suddenly, every wrinkle and hair out of place became proof of the great Trump swap. But let's be real, this isn't the first time people have cooked up body double theories about presidents. JFK and Nixon both had their fair share of doppelganger drama. It's like some folks think the White House has a secret cloning facility in the basement. As the theory spread, the anticipation built. What could explain Trump's bizarre appearance? Was it really a body double? Or maybe he had been abducted by aliens and returned slightly off? The internet was buzzing with wild theories, each one crazier than the last. But here's the kicker. The real explanation was about as exciting as a deflated balloon. Turns out, Trump just decided to switch up his look a bit. Different outfit, different hairstyle. That's it. No clones, no body doubles, just a guy trying out a new style. It's like when your dad decides to wear cargo shorts to a fancy restaurant. Unexpected, but not exactly conspiracy material. Trump's team had to come out and say, nope, no body double here, folks. It's just Trump being Trump. But you know what?
He was doing very well, but at the same time, did not want to be a distraction for the administration. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do.
the days of America being stupid are over.
Does that mean you're staying in England?
This wacky story was just getting started, because in the world of internet conspiracies, the truth is never as fun as the fiction. So you'd think the story would end there, right? Wrong. This wacky theory wasn't just some internet joke, it actually made its way to the news. Ever wonder how a meme becomes headline material faster than Trump can tweet fake news? Well, this conspiracy train was about to go off the rails. What started as a bunch of people squinting at photos of Trump's chin on Reddit somehow ended up on CNN. It's like the internet version of that game where you whisper a message down a line of people, except instead of purple monkey dishwasher, we got Trump's been replaced by a body double. But here's the thing, this silly rumor had real consequences. People started questioning every Trump appearance like they were trying to spot the differences in those tricky magazine puzzles. Is that really him? His left eyebrow looks 0.2 millimeters higher than usual. It was like a nationwide game of spot the fake Trump, and everyone was playing. You know who didn't help? Those blue checkmark folks on Twitter. Turns out, having a verified account doesn't always mean verified information.
To me, it looks like he was out by the barbecue and the grill exploded. But there's something going on. This was verified X user named Hustle Bitch. Be nice, or my dad will beat you up.
I think my father's going to take care of the United States of America. My father's not a guy who just wants to tariff people. My father worked so tirelessly, hence the reason my father was elected.
These trusted accounts were spreading the body double theory faster than Trump spreads ketchup on his well-done steak. It's like they forgot the "with great power comes great responsibility" memo. Now, you might be wondering, why do people buy into these crazy ideas? Well, it's not just because they forgot to wear their tinfoil hats. Psychologists say that when people feel unsure or anxious about what's going on, they're more likely to believe in conspiracies. It's like their brains are saying, the world's confusing, so here's a simple explanation that probably involves lizard people. This whole mess shows us just how messed up our information world is. It's like we're all playing a giant game of telephone, but half the players are robots, some are trying to trick you, and nobody knows who to trust.
This is how Elon Musk gives severance. When Elon Musk fires you, he says good luck and runs you over with a Cybertruck.
Maybe be a little kind and maybe treat other countries and other world leaders with a little respect. And, you know.
One minute you're laughing at a meme, the next minute you're wondering if the president is really a stack of raccoons in a suit. So what can we learn from this wild ride through Trump's chin conspiracy? Well, for starters, maybe we should all take a deep breath and fact check before we hit that share button. Because in this age of fake news and real consequences, critical thinking is our best defense against turning into a nation of conspiracy nuts. Remember folks, just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true, unless it's about Trump's hair. That thing's definitely not from this planet.
Users believe that when Trump was at SpaceX this week, he used a body double. They say that is not really Donald Trump. He does look kind of weird. Efficiency, or Doge. He named a new department of the government after the Bitcoin he owns, and Trump allowed it. He probably doesn't know he allowed it, but he allowed it.
So what have we learned from this wild Trump body double adventure? Well, in a world where AI can make anyone say anything and deepfakes are getting creepier by the day, we've got to keep our thinking caps on tight. It's like playing spot the difference with reality, and the stakes are higher than Trump's hair on a windy day. Here's a challenge for you. Next time you see a crazy story about a politician being replaced by a lizard person or growing a third arm, take a breath before you hit that share button.
See, the thing is, Trump did this wrong. He did it in the wrong order. First, you nominate Diddy for Attorney General, then Matt Gaetz.
My father did the impossible, and my father.
I didn't realize you guys were related. That's
Maybe do a quick fact check, because let's face it, if Trump were to use a body double, it'd probably look more like his morning mirror selfie than some weird space alien version. Remember, folks, in the world of internet conspiracies, the truth is often less exciting than the fiction. But hey, at least we can all agree on one thing. Trump's hair is definitely not from this planet.